What is up, guys? Welcome to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Guys, Season 2 is around the corner. They actually started teasing some new things coming to the game, the new schools of damage, at least new for people that never played the game before. They don't really know exactly what to expect. New artifacts, changes to old artifacts, new gear sets, and that's going to be very, very important because this will kind of like help us decide what gear are we going to take with us into the next season from the cross-boundary storage. I will be doing a dedicated video on this topic most likely tomorrow or Sunday because there is quite a bit of information that you need to digest related to making the right decision, okay? But leaving all that on the side, guys, we do have a brand new Creator Bond event where you can start using code Skratch and claim free rewards instantly. You can either click on the link in the description down below or the pinned comment or go to the announcement tab. And from here, you're going to be prompted to the same website. Now, the problem with this website is that depending on what device you are, sometimes it doesn't work from in-game because the browser gets a black screen. You might have to go on desktop mode or try it on a different browser and log in, select your character, use code Skratch. You're going to be able to claim free rewards straight away and you're going to get to help and support the channel. And once this event is done, I will be able to do tons of guaranteed giveaways where you're going to be earning these rewards for supporting me by using code Skratch. But on top of it, this is something that will happen in the future. If you already received some codes from me recently and you claim those rewards, you won't be able to do it right now again, only after this event is done. And I'm going to be able to send you codes again. But still, for the rest of you guys that did not receive any codes, I am giving away tons and tons of codes. I already gave away probably like 8,500 codes. I literally gave like a few thousand codes just today. And I still have a massive list of DMs waiting for me to give more codes away. All you gotta do is join in Discord. Make sure you guys are using code Skratch to support the channel. And I'm gonna send you guys some rewards. But you will have to send me a direct message because Discord blocked me from sending DMs because I was sending so many to random people that I never talked with. So click on my name. The link is in the description down below for the Discord. Click on my name and start conversation. Just type #1 in there and you're going to be able to basically start a conversation like the rest of these people did, or these people right here, message requests. I'm going to go through all of them and then I'm going to be able to send the codes. But I need you guys to be in here so I can actually send you the codes from this page, okay? Leaving all that on the side, the main thing that I do want to cover in today's video is the changes to artifacts, the new artifacts, and of course, see if we can expect some OP gear or anything like that, okay? So they've posted everything in their Discord, and we should be able to find the artifacts right here. Season 2 brings a total of 13 new artifacts, including exclusive power-ups for rare legendary heroes, elemental specialties, and 7 mythic artifacts with game-changing effects, okay? So we're going to go over all of that. We're going to have 3 exclusive artifacts. One is going to be for Beldele, which is the Ice Blast character. We're going to have one for Ascatius, which is going to be the Burn character for the fire element. And we're going to have the Titan Rip, which will be... What will the Titan Rip actually be like, okay? Actually, no, these are not exclusive for the characters. Are exclusive for the school of damage, to say it like this, right? So the Helm of Frostbeards is going to be... Or actually, I think that... No, they've messed it up a bit in here. Either way, let me just click on the images because the Helm of Frostbeards is the one for Beldele as an exclusive. The Crown of Order is the exclusive for Perkunte, right? Which is the character for the Thunderbolt. And then you have the Malicious Manacle, which is the exclusive for Ascatius. And you have the Blooms of Prina, which is the Ice Blast non-exclusive character, the Tempest Word Drum, the exclusive Thunderbolt for the Thunderbolt characters, and you have the Oil of Skyfire. So I'm not sure what's with these freaking names. Oil of Skyfire and the Titan Reap. Why is the Titan Reap in here? I thought that they intended to put the exclusive artifacts in there, but it seems like they had a different plan. Now, why is this important? Mainly, you want to see what stats you are getting from these exclusive artifacts. You might be planning to build a Ice Blast team in the next season. You want to summon for Beldele. And you might be thinking, what gear will I take with me? What should I do, right? So that being said, you will need crit damage gloves, and that's why it's so helpful. Now, this exclusive artifact is very, very powerful on Beldele only, right? Because it won't really do much for the rest, but it will improve her passive and everything else related to it. You're getting attack and the crit rate. Then you have the Crown of Order, which is Perkunte. It gives you attack and enlightenment. He will deal derivative damage, which is actually really, really good. And you know for a fact, if you're planning to main Perkunte, getting a similar item like you had for Flora, either gloves, either chest, it will be amazing. I will be actually taking a mixture. That's my plan for the moment. Then the Malicious Manacle, which is the exclusive for Ascatius, gives you attack and crit damage. Still, you can run the exact same glove. Like on my account, I've basically done this, right? I forged this glove. I have loads of crit rate in there. It's going to be very easy for me to get maxed crit on pretty much all of the characters that I'll be running, including the ones that do not get crit rate from their artifacts. Then, moving on to the next one. So, the Blooms of Prina gives you attack and attack percentage. This will something that you will be running on a secondary Ice Blast character if you are not running Beldele, right? So there are some very good epics, or there used to be some very good epics in the previous version. I kind of forgot their name right now, but they used to do insane damage, okay? And this is going to be the best in slot for those epic characters. The Tempest Word Drum will give us attack and attack percentage. It's something that I haven't really used in the past, even on my Perkunte. But if you do not have a dupe Perkunte to get exclusive, that can definitely work. The Oil of Skyfire gives you attack and attack percentage, and it works on burn characters, not on wild, okay? Very, very important to keep that in mind. But what's more important to me is the other artifacts. So that's the Titan Reap. I knew exactly which one it is, but I found it really odd to see why they've put it with the exclusive ones right there. So this gives you HP and resistance. I'm curious to see what they've changed on it, because a lot of these artifacts actually got changed. Increases the resistance attribute, boosting the success rate of resisting negative effects. Once a negative effect is successfully resisted, all allies' damage is increased for 10 seconds. Ooh. Could you imagine how powerful this would be right now on our teams for the endgame boss? Having the Titan Reap resistance on all of your teams, more or less, and you have this on one of the characters, boosting the entire damage of your entire freaking team. So in my opinion, this could potentially be a very good replacement, at least this time around, for the Pipe Organ, right? The Pipe Organ gives you damage to range units, not to melee characters. So chucking this Titan Reap on my Journ for my Poison team, for example, instead of the Pipe that only gives damage to my Twitch, this will give damage to my entire team. Really, really good. Suitable for front row tanks or support heroes when facing enemies with multiple negative effects, providing a damage boost for the entire team after a successful resist. Now, of course, we do not know exactly what's the damage boost on it, but it's a very, very interesting one. I can't really remember exactly what it used to do in the past, but definitely not a bonus damage. Then we have the Everlasting Diamond, which will give you HP and Enlightenment. I think it was the same in the past too. And increases the wearer's healing output, best for healing type support heroes, whose healing scales with Enlightenment attribute. That is something that we desperately need in the game, because at the moment, if we're talking about artifacts that somehow enhance the healing, they are really not that many. You have the Mirror of the Living, The Gatekeeper Staff gives a shield. You have the rare one right here, the Luminary Order Gospel. And I don't think there's any other legendary one that increases the healing. I might be wrong, but I really do not remember any of them. I am on the free-to-play account right now, so I can't see it. But from the top of my head, there is no mythical, not legendary, mythical that does it. You have the Life Spindle, the legendary one that can give a bit of healing, but that's more or less it. So getting that up and running is definitely great. Then we have the Aurora Telescope, gives you attack and attack percentage, increases damage dealt when the wearer's defense is lower than the target's. Best for damage dealers when facing front row enemies with high defense. Can be nice. It can be nice even on jumpers as well, because they will tend to have pretty low defense. They tend to have very high HP overall, but definitely a nice touch. I definitely think they changed this because I do not remember the artifact doing what it says right now. So I think they've changed it. Then we have the Scissors. Attack and attack percentage. Reduces the enemy max HP up to 50%. Best for AoE damage dealers when facing enemies with high max HP or strong healing capabilities, effectively reducing their tankiness and sustain. If I remember it correctly, it used to do more or less the same thing. Maybe not up to 50%, but it used to be very, very similar with what we have on the new version. Then we have the Culculantes Bindings, which gives us HP and accuracy. At the start of the battle, inflicts an attack penalty on the enemy with the highest attack. If the target's attack is more than double than the wearer's, it cannot be dispelled. You might be thinking, okay, should I be running this on a character that's a support unit, something that has very low attack, and then you make the decreased attack undispellable from the enemy nuker? That's definitely a good option. It's 100% more of a PvP type of an artifact rather than something else. What I do not necessarily like that much about it is the primary attributes. HP and accuracy. I guess you will need accuracy to inflict the attack penalty anyway, right? But I haven't really found myself using it much. It's more or less the same as it used to be in the past, right? Now, one thing that changed and is actually a bit disappointing is the Revatrix Roots, okay? This is the Fey Minder artifact that you're going to get in Season 2, and it used to give you HP and attack percentage. And it used to grant HP and attack percentage, and the bonus used to be double for non-legendary heroes. This used to be so freaking powerful on epic damage dealers. But unfortunately, I feel like this is more of a nerf rather than a good thing, because yeah, getting that HP and defense on tanky characters, it might be good, but I feel like it reduced overall its utility. I don't think it's as good as it used to be, personally, right? I'm not a big fan of it. Sigrid and all these characters used to do crazy damage with it. And it seems like that was pretty much it in terms of artifacts. Now, somewhere right here, they released the gear sets as well. So we're going to have a quick look at that too. And they are just here. So we're going to have 13 brand new sets, 7 legendary and 6 mythical sets. So starting with this one, we're going to have the Dark Knight Guardian. At 2-piece, you're going to get attack and crit rate. And at 3-piece, when casting a battle or ultimate skill, the wearer gains 8% damage for 10 seconds, stacking up to 4 times. This set is going to be very powerful on Ice Blast characters. Mainly because they do a lot of damage with a battle skill. And I think it will be very powerful overall on the other characters too, because you will cast the battle skill and ultimate skill pretty damn often. Then you have the Inventor. You're getting attack and enlightenment. The wearer's enlightenment damage is increased by 20%. Okay, very similar with what we currently have in the game, if I remember it correctly, with this set right here. For 12 seconds after the wearer unleashes an ultimate skill, the damage dealt increases by 30%. Okay, so not really the exact same thing, but very similar, right? Then Moving on to the next one, we have the Abyssal Shadow. You're getting attack and crit damage, okay, a 2-piece set, and a 3-piece. For every 10% HP the target loses, the wearer deals 5% more damage to them, up to 35%. This will be very, very, very strong versus bosses, guys, because you will be losing a lot of HP in the Temporal Vortex, in other content, and I think losing 35% HP to reach the cap of 35% damage boost is something that's going to happen really, really often in this type of fight. So it can be a very, very good set. I'm really curious if these sets are somehow, in a way or another, overpowering the mythical gear as running 4 different pieces, or is it going to be more or less the same story like in this season? Then we have the Oasis Guardian, HP and skill haste, and when the wearer's HP is above 80%, the damage taken is reduced by 20%. So that is a solid damage reduction for some characters. Not that good versus very long fights, because you're going to drop the HP under 80% and then the set won't, won't actually have an effect on you, right? But good in PvP-ish fights, stuff like that. Then, moving on to the next one, we have the Iceberg Guardian. You're getting accuracy and resistance, and when taking damage, the wearer has a 50% chance to inflict frozen on the attacker for 3 seconds. Ooh. Interesting. So they kind of like made a set to really fit in better with other characters. So Frozen is a crowd control debuff. Don't confuse it with a Frost, right? It kind of like reduces a bit the speed and stuff. It's definitely not as good as the stun set or anything like that. But it could potentially turn out to be good, especially PvP. Then we have the Emissary, which gives you accuracy and skill haste. And when the wearer successfully inflicts a debuff, all allies deal 10% more damage for 10 seconds. This will be the type of set you will be running on characters that use the Witch's Remains to land defense down, right? So, moving into the next season is no point to take legendary gear with you. Only mythical, by the way, okay? Because those sets will be gone. I don't think they will add them on top of the old ones. Or maybe they will, but not 100% sure. Then we have the Moonlight's Watch, HP and Enlightenment. When casting a battle skill or ultimate skill, the wearer heals the ally with the lowest current HP for 5% HP and 1000% Enlightenment. And it can trigger once every 8 seconds. This can be very, very nice on support characters to help and heal the team more. And then we have the mythical sets, which is the Crimson Shadow Hunt, which will have the following effect. At the start of the battle, the wearer gains an attack bonus equal to 20% of the highest attack among all allies, excluding the wearer. If you have a character like, I don't know, let's just say Nasty Jenka, even Flora, and then you're building for a Flora team your Erich with crazy high attack and with a pipe organ, you're going to get 10%, 20% of this attack on the wearer. Now, it will not be good on Flora because you're going to drop her exclusive, right? Which makes no sense. I just thought about giving a good example, but that was a dumb example. If you would run it on different characters where you don't have their exclusive characters, you can gain a lot of attack like that, right? It can be pretty damn big, but a bit better than the one with the accuracy at the moment, I think. Moving on to the next one, we have Deep Exploration, Stonebreaker. When the wearer successfully inflicts a debuff, permanently increases attack by 1.5%, stacking up to 20 times. This can be really good on characters like, what's her name, Felicity. Any character that will apply the defense down, it might have a different effect that lands a debuff. It will allow you to gain a lot of attack boost from here. So this is a good piece. Then you have the Skyfire Sun. The wearer deals 35% more damage through poison, blast, and lightning chain. So that is Really, really nice. This can be a very good boost for the poison team. One thing I would say about the first 3 of them, the mythical pieces, a lot of them are attack, attack, attack. Do not overkill your team with very high attack and not enough enlightenment or crit damage and stuff like this, because it won't be good for the team overall. Moving on to the next one, we have a couple of support ones as well. We have the Draconic Majesty. When the wearer successfully inflicts a control effect, if the target is already under a negative effect, reduces their ultimate energy by 10%. Very good for PvP and Fame Inder and that type of content. And we have the Wild Sand Devotion. When the wearer grants a shield, the target deals 12% more damage for 10 seconds. Huge. Absolutely huge. Think about your Adolphus right now. You're running that trash piece that removes a random debuff once in a million years on one of your units. Replace that trash piece with this and have that freaking Brotherhood set on. You're gonna get 12% more damage on top of it. Really, really good. And the final one, the Forest Canopy. When the wearer is inflicted with a negative effect, there's a 50% chance of reducing the inflictor's recharge speed by 5 seconds. Ooh. 5 seconds is a lot. So if they... think about going versus El Sibri, right? She drops your ultimate energy, she lands debuffs, and then you can reduce her recharge time by 5 seconds. But it's only a 50% chance, so it might not be that OP. Either way, now we've seen the new gear sets. We know for a fact we're not going to take any legendary gear with us, okay? All of this will disappear. We don't care about it. We have new sets, but we will have to think about mythical pieces, guys, okay? I will be doing a different video talking about what I'm planning to take on my accounts and kind of like share tips with you guys to make you understand what you need for the next season and help you decide, okay? Because it comes down to a few things related to what teams you're planning to run, what you're planning to summon for, and all that stuff. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Do not forget, head over to the link in the description down below or the pinned comment. Use code Skratch and claim free rewards straight away. And don't forget to come in Discord and enter the guaranteed giveaway and claim some codes for some pretty damn amazing rewards. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.